At this hour, death row inmate Charles Rhines has not been executed as the state awaits decisions from the U.S. Supreme Court on 3 cases.
Rhines was supposed to be put to death at 1:30 this afternoon for the 1992 murder of 22-year-old Donovan Schaefer. However, in the days leading up to his death, Rhines' attorneys have filed several court documents to delay or stop his execution.
We have several crews monitoring the situation at the state penitentiary. Kelly Volk spoke with people protesting today's execution, while Dan Santella has been talking with people who support the death penalty.
First, we start with Brady Mallory, who joins us from the media room with the latest on this delay.
Well, good evening. Execution witnesses are back and sequestered again, awaiting any word on whether or not the state can execute Charles Rhines tonight. They had been let out for about an hour-long break, as it appears this delay doesn't have an end point anytime soon. Of course, that's all up to the Supreme Court, which actually has 3 decisions to make tonight. One is on an appeal about which type of drug the state wants to use to execute Charles Rhines. The other is on alleged juror bias against Rhines for being gay, and that stems from his initial murder trial during his sentencing. And the third case is about access to a mental health expert in an effort to prove that Rhines may be mentally unfit for the death penalty. What's happening here tonight is actually kind of a repeat of what happened during South Dakota's last execution. I was standing in this very room at the prison covering Rodney Burgett's execution, which was delayed in 2018 for about 6 hours. The U.S. Supreme Court was looking at an appeal in that case, and there was some debate on whether or not Burgett was mentally unfit for the death penalty. The court ultimately rejected that effort, and the state put Burgett to death shortly after. So we are waiting to see if a similar scenario will play out for Rhines tonight, depending on what the Supreme Court decides. And if and when the execution happens here, witnesses that I referenced earlier will come to this podium and update us on what they saw during the execution. So we will be here in the media room waiting on any new updates and details, and we will bring you those when we can. Don, Angela.
Thanks, Brady.